Kazi ya Shamir.
Frida, sijawahi pendwa vile unavyonipenda. Yule alinitenda, alikuwa na crazy agenda. Sijawahi pendwa vile unavyonipenda. Yule alinitenda, alikuwa na crazy agenda. And I know you know, tukae pamoja hivo hivo, wasilete shida hizo hizo. Tumetoka mbali, toka 0-0. Haki wewe, unanichanganya wewe. Haki wewe, unanichanganya wewe. Penzi we ni wangu, penzi letu ni letu. I fly high with you, cause I'm crazy about you. Penzi we ni wangu, penzi letu ni letu. I fly high with you, cause I'm crazy about you. And I know you know, tukae pamoja hivo hivo, wasilete shida hizo hizo. Tumetoka mbali, toka 0-0. Haki wewe, unanichanganya wewe.
Yes. Good evening. This is Lekuyani. Always a pleasure coming to you every single Sunday as we tell of stories from ordinary people having gone through extraordinary situations and coming out doing extraordinary things. Be sure to join the conversation. Tonight is not any different. We finish the final part of Not Even a Baby Could Save My Marriage. Who am I talking about? This is my guest, one and only Josephine Wambui. Twende kazi mami. Habari yako?
Mzuri sana.
Looking cute and pretty as always. What's the secret?
Thank you. It's drinking a lot of water and feeding on Jesus and minding my own business.
As you mind your business, kindly introduce yourself for those who do not know who Josephine is.
Yes, my name is Josephine Wambui Kamau. I am a single mom of 3 wonderful daughters. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a singer and a songwriter. And I'm a daughter, I'm a sister to many brothers and sisters. And I'm here in this show to give you my story, and I'm very excited about it.
Definitely. We are equally excited to have you tonight. And for those who are joining us on the internet waves, remember you can send in your comments to this conversation with the hashtag Against All Odds and, of course, Art in Heart. Before we get it started, for those who do not know, Josephine has quite some story to tell. And if you missed last week, here's a recap of what she had to say. Do you feel it's wrong for your partner to actually go mute on you for extended number of hours?
For me, I feel, well, if it's a few hours, that's fine. Because, there are those people that really need to sit back, think about the issue, and then now they're ready to talk about it. That is totally agreed. Or even if it's a day, that's fine. But where it goes to a week, Ellie, a week, a month, you have a family, you have things to talk about. Clearly, now it starts now affecting your other partner. Because for me, up to date, I think I have phobia for Cold War because of what I went through.
Well, and because she's not going to play the Cold War games, she's come out in the open to tell her story. Josephine, habari yako?
Nzuri sana.
So take us to the next level where last time we talked until you were with baby number 2 and baby daddy was visiting and the warmness was there. Inakaa ulikuwa umechanganywa just like Frida was saying, or was it a different story?
Yes, Ellie. So this time, even after what I had gone through in the story, the way I had told you, That was the end of 2019. I remember that's when he started coming back, and the girls were really excited. And I was even very happy, even as a mom, I was very happy to see my children happy again. I mean, what better thing would a parent want than to see your children happy and comfortable? So that is what I saw. And then I also saw someone who is different, because he started treating me in a really nice way. And all of a sudden, I started seeing a husband I had not experienced in the years we were living together, the 4 years. And slowly by slowly, we started now connecting. I could see a person who is listening to me. You know, a woman wants someone who can listen to you, because we have like 10,000 words to talk about while you have like 5,000, for example. So he was there listening to me. When I'm working, I would get like lunch, packed lunch, surprises. I mean, Ellie, I was getting something that I had not gotten when we were living together. And because of that, I asked myself, what is how will it benefit me? Or if I started now dating someone else, I have to start afresh, I have to start introducing my children to someone else, while I can see the man who I brought children with to this world is doing better. So I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? People
Mhm.
make mistakes. People, they do crazy things, but again, people change. I'm a very forgiving person. I think that's one of my biggest, I don't know if it's a weakness or a strength. I am a
Mhm.
very forgiving person. So I considered it, and we would even talk about it. We would talk about it, and he would tell me that he really wants his family back. And that gave me a strong point of, just opening up and seeing
Yeah.
life in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So, however, at the same time, I really, really inquired from him if he had moved on while we parted ways. Just to mention, when we parted ways, I chose to stay single for the sake of my children, because I'm one person
Mhm.
who really gets overwhelmed. I realized if I start dating at this point, I still have very young children. I'm going to have divided attention, and in the
Mhm.
process, I'm going to lose my kids.
Yeah.
So I chose, it was like I purposed. I am not going to date, but I can have friends, but not dating, so that I can
Mhm.
raise these kids. So for me, I made it clear to him.
What sort of friends are we talking about here? With
No, like,
benefits or just friends?
no, 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 not friends with benefits. I at that point, Ellie, remember I am person who has gone through a lot of, heartbreaks. I'm broken. So getting myself in situations that friends with benefits, I will still, I will just be broken the more. So I decided to just have, like colleagues, friends, we just meet out there, talk, I'm back home. My life was so simple. Work, my kids, work, kids, work, kids. That was it. And besides, where I was living, the house was too small, and I was ever with my kids. So these friends with benefits, I don't even see where the benefits would have been taking place. So it was that stuff.
They would be very inconvenient.
Anyway, it will have inconvenienced the whole benefits. So anyway, um, when
So I
I
started
inquired,
visiting, yes, and
yes, and I
you
inquired.
felt like this person, and you're inquiring if he has moved on or if things are still as you left. What were the
Yeah.
answers?
He came out very clean and clear, and he told me that he hasn't moved on. However, he had gotten in a kind of situationship with a certain lady, and he
Mhm.
got us. Now, Ellie, looking at this person, this is a person when we were living together, he would really deny any of these allegations I would place on the table. But this time I asked him, and he comes clean. You see, so I really appreciate. Of course, I was a little bit disappointed, but I said, you know what? I am seeing a man who is coming clean and telling me things that no, they're very sensitive, but he's
Mhm.
really coming clean and telling me the truth. I
Yeah.
really respected that. So he told me, I'll not lie to you. I have been with a lady. I have a son.
Mhm.
However, we don't live together. I have nothing to do. I only take care of my children. I mean, take care of my child. So, and he told me it's a son. Remember, I only have daughters. So it's a son. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And
Okay.
he
I
told
know
me,
where you're
even
going with this.
so, and he made it clear that I really want you to be in, like when the son grows up, I would even want you to be to be, you're in his life, like he knows you. I wouldn't even mind people saying that that's Josephine's son. By the way, I'm saying the words from his mouth. And
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. And I was like, Ellie, I'm not an angel. So who am I to judge this person? And they have come clean and decide that I will not want anything to do with them. So I was like, that's fine. That was now as the year was coming to an end. We were going for Christmas, and I remember my parents. I had even told my parents what was going on, and he was even invited for Christmas. However, he said he wouldn't be able to attend Christmas at my place because he had already promised his parents that he has to go for Christmas. So, however, I went for Christmas, but he promised that he would come and pick us. And by 30th, he came and picked us from Shags, and my parents were so, man, it was a lovely moment. You know, they were so happy to see him, and we were also happy. The kids are happy. We like a whole family again. So we came back to Nairobi. Now, on 1st of 2020, that was the biggest hit of my life. I have never had such a. It was the first day of my new year. Yes.
Hold that thought. For those that are joining us, we are talking to Josephine Wambui. And I see Makomere Gilbert from the men's and tells me tuned in. Welcome to the show. We have Junior who tells me following Karibu Sana Ndani by Carol Mwaniki. Thank you so much. Makomere, yes, Nyanduko. That is one Frida Nguku who is Msani. Equally, Nyanduko is Msani in her own right. We have Chano Abuja who says Mambo poa sana. Wycliffe says Nikondani. Yes, karibu sana wewe Mr. Lost Man. We have Steven Chamka who says Chamach who says, so what stick on your land blood? Okay, dude. That is very uncalled for, and we do not appreciate some language, okay? So kindly mind your language as you comment. You have freedom to express yourself, but do mind your language. Okay, we have somebody here else who is called Michael Wanyama, says hello to us. Karibu sana to the show. Salama Nguku, yes, hi, please. Oh, watu wanatagiana huku. Poa sana. Richard, welcome to the show. Sarah and Jonjo, hey to you. My weakness too, I'm very humble and forgiving man. Okay, that is in response to what you said earlier on. I think you have a mate here who is equally forgiving. And we have Makomere Gilbert who is saying, Allah, Beryl, Karibu Sana. And everybody that is in the comment section, welcome to the show. We are discussing and talking to Josephine Wambui, whose story is an amazing one, and we are looking at part 3 of that story. If you missed out on the previous segments, you can always head back to our Facebook page and look out for Against All Odds. Yes, Josephine, the 1st of 2020, what happened and who did what to you?
On 1st of 2020, remember, I am one person who, you know, ladies, we love when you have moment with your man, you share a photo here and there. It just makes you feel nice, you know, even you're not left out, you have someone in your life. So all along the moment we started now, it's like we're working on our relationship. Of course, I would share a photo here and there, me and him with the kids, or me and him, you know. And also, I mean, nothing crossed my mind that there's anything out there going on. So on 1st of 2020, because now he had picked us from village. Of course, he came, he spent at my place. We even went out to Vukisha the year, you know. So we had planned that on 1st we'll take the kids out and just have and relax and just have a good day as we start up our year. So in the morning at around, I think 9, I receive a call, and it's a sister. And the sister was like, hi, how are you? And she said that she was a little bit concerned because she had noticed I share photos with me and him. And she asked me, is it that you guys have moved on or something? I mean, have reunited? And I told him, well, we're working on our relationship. But yes. And I told her that we've really been doing good apparently of late. And she was like, that's quite interesting. And she asked me, has he told you whether he moved on or not? And I told her, yeah, we've had that conversation, and he's been very honest about it. And he informed me that, you know, he really not settled, but he got into a situationship. And she told me, now listen, whoever you have there with you is someone else's husband. And whoever he mentioned that, you know, it's just a situation, that is a wife, and they live together. And just so you know, this is a lady that has been brought home. We've met her, we all know her, and the parents know her. So you can imagine the shock right now, whatever I'm going
Wait, did
through.
you just miraculously become the side chick from the wife?
I thank you. You just took the words from my mouth. All of a sudden, I am now someone who wants to come in between a marriage.
Hold that
So
thought. Hold that thought. And we'll be right back after this break.
Umenipa sauti, umenipa sauti, nikitaka kukusifu sauti nitapaza. Umenipa maneno, matendo yako kwangu mimi nitatangaza. Umenipa wimbo, nikuimbie, nikuinue, nikusifue. Umenipa kibali, nitalisifu jina lako duniani kote. Borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Na borake mimi naishi, zako amri sigaidi, sifa takupa zaidi. Wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Mwana wimbo nikuimbie, shukrani nikurudishie, ngoma nikuchezee. Wimbo utasema jinsi mkuu nawe.
Whenever we speak of great achievers, we tend to use phrases like they've come from far, they started from the bottom, or they did a lot to get to where they are. Lifted on kevintini.com.
And welcome back. My name is Lukuyani. We just listened to Wimbo by Josephine Wambui. And if you have no idea what that song means, then you need to go back to YouTube, search out for Josephine Wambui, who is my guest tonight, and listen once again to just digest the song. Get a copy of Lifted from kevintindi.com and get lifted even as you listen to this amazing story. Josephine Wambui, all of a sudden, ametoka from wife to the other one. Tell me.
yes, the feeling was not great. It's not fun, trust me. And for a moment, I thought this person was just playing with my mind. And as I was being told this, of course, he was in the sitting room. And I remember I just remained calm as the sister was telling me all these things. I was just listening, I'm listening. And what was interesting is that she pointed out that the wife, I'm here being told about the wife, has been complaining about him, being a bit, they were having a few issues here and there. I really don't want to go to the details. And maybe he's not been there once in a while. And then now I could connect the dots. Oh, this is when now he's here with us. And what was even interesting is that even now when he came to pick us, is that she informed me, because she was surprised. She was like, oh, you guys are still with him? Because according to the wife, he's in Nanyuki for a business trip, something. So we are the business trip. And trust me, Ellie, for a moment, I felt like you've seen something beautiful coming. All of a sudden, it just crashes in front of your face. And I was so broken. I could not explain why I deserved something like that. However, I still chose to keep quiet because I decided in the past, I have not been handling issues so well. So this time I'm going to just calm down. As we had planned the day, the program will still run. I will just find the right time to bring up this issue. So we went wherever we were going, took the kids out, and when we came back in the evening, I decided this is when I'm going to raise the issue. Though I remember the whole day we were not okay, because remember already I have this feeling of, so I've been played again, like cards. I've just been played again, and then I look at him, like I'm so stupid. I called myself all those bad names because I could look at him and I'm like, wow, like again we're back to the same old games. And I could see he was not looking happy the whole day, because he had phone calls every left, right, and center. Family members are now finding out what is going on. You brought us a wife, now you're back to your other wife. What is going on? So anyway, Ellie, let me just say that I think for the longest time, even when we lived in the 4 years, I never felt as hurt as what I felt during that time. So when I confronted him, he told me that this is just family people who are trying to bring us apart, and I should, just try and not listen to them. And he told me that he really wants us, like he had said, he really wants to fight for us. So moving forward, the next days that followed were the darkest moments in my life, because now the family, the sisters would call, and now I became like now the villain. I started being attacked, like, yo, you left this guy, so can you just leave him in peace? And it was made clear to me that he has someone better, someone who is earning better. She drives, she's doing good. And as much as it wouldn't be put that way, you could hear the way this person is talking to you. They're just telling you, chick, stick to your lane. This person has already moved on and he's doing good. And they're the ones who would inform me he's living big, he has a good house, he's set his family. So who are you? What are you doing here? And wow, let me just to mention, when I was still in marriage, these were sisters that we were really good friends. I remember I would tell people, yes, I have issues with my husband, but God gave me in-laws. Because these are sisters who, even when I would call them and I'm frustrated with their brother, they would totally pick up the issue. We would even pray together on phone. Some of them even taught me how to, how to pray, how to tithe. One of them even taught me how to tithe. So Ellie, you can imagine my shock that these are people who knew even the issues I would go through with this person. Right now, I am the villain. I am a home breaker. They would even comment on my photos on social media. You'd find someone mentioning, like one I had taken when we were in the car. Honestly, I didn't know. I just find a comment from one of the sisters like, what are you doing in another woman's car? And I'm wondering, I didn't go to the parking lot and pick this car. First of all, I didn't even know it belongs to someone else. This is someone who has come to pick me up. I didn't know. I was so embarrassed, Ellie. I hated myself. I would not even look myself on the mirror. Worse was still to come, because after all this, after I had faced all this, just to mention, I was even told that I should never think, because he had told me that the parents were happy about us and that they have invited me there. So when I shared that with the sister, and they told me that is a big lie. Our parents don't want to ever hear you, not even see you. You should never put your feet in our compound. Yes, Ellie, I was told those things on the phone. I don't know how someone can be so insensitive, because myself, I would not even talk like that to an enemy. I was told things I have never been told before. I was told, do not ever dare step on that house. And as if that was not enough, this person telling me this told me, our parents are very serious about this, because they can even involve the police and go to your home and like threaten your parents. Yes.
What exactly had you done, Josephine? This is strange story you're telling me.
I didn't know what it is I have done to deserve all this rejection, and it came even with a lot of bitterness. Then, as if that was not enough, this is a sister who is talking to me, and and this is someone who would call me sis. I'm like, I can't even believe it. Then she told me, I'm going to call your mom, and I'm going to tell your mom whatever you're doing, that you're coming in between our brother's marriage, and I am going to tell her to stop, and I'm going to tell her to stop her daughter from what she's doing. So I remember begging her on the phone. I even started crying. I told her, please, I beg you, I will talk to my mom. I am sorry, guys. I did not know. I am sorry that me trying to work on my marriage, I did not know I was breaking another marriage. I am one person who respects marriages early. Honestly, I do. And if I had known that this guy had moved on, I would have, with peace, like, yo, It's good. I'm happy for you, bro. Move on. You still have your kids to take care. And that wouldn't make me mad, the fact that you tell me the truth. But now he told me a lie, and I'm here now paying the price. And I begged her, I told her, please don't put my mom into this. Let me handle my parents, because we left home. They were so happy. We even had their blessing. And now you're going to give them that, and it's going to break them. But she didn't listen. She went ahead and called my mom. And the things that my mom was fed, my God, it was crazy. Yes. My mom was called and she was told, yes, I am not lying to you. She was told all manner of things. And she was told, tell your daughter to stay away. This man is married. And they even said he has paid dowry for this lady. And wow. So I remember that night, I tried reaching to the dad, because I knew these are parents that loved me. I knew they loved me at least. And I said, I am sure they will listen to me. So I talked to the dad, just trying to find out the truth. And he was really kind enough to just listen to me. And up to date, I really respect those parents, because he never made me feel what I was made to feel by the sisters. And he told me, please don't pick up any of those calls. Let me handle this issue with my son, and then I'll get back to you. But from his voice, I could tell there's some truth in it. There was already someone else. Now, a few weeks later, I remember, as I am trying to digest all this, I could not look at myself on the mirror. I cry every minute. And my children, all of a sudden, we were all so happy. They can't see mommy happy. They no longer see daddy showing up. So you can imagine the confusion. This is the bombshell. I find out I'm pregnant with a third baby. Yes. And
That's the
Ellie,
point you start singing. Ni wewe Yesu nimebaki nawe. Ni wewe Yesu nimebaki nawe. To the comment section, we have Jakida who says, indeed, Makomere, this is very true. And I believe earlier on, Makomere had said, trust betrayal is the worst. I feel you, Josephine. I feel it, Josephine. Sometimes people are so insensitive, it kills. The problem with ladies, you trust lies more than truth. But see, in life, just like anybody, sometimes we give a leaf of trust. And yes, things do happen. And when they do, they hit so hard. You are speaking to Josephine Wambui, whose story cannot be compassed in one day, because she has an amazing story. In case you missed out in the previous episodes, head back, because this time around we'll be airing the stories and getting them off after a week. So, if you want to find them, head on to our Facebook page and equally our YouTube page, YouTube channel, and get to subscribe so that you get the notification once we go live. Let me just see what more we have to feed you, because Josephine, I want to know, ni nini ulifanya kweli until you end up getting these surprises? What is coming up on Tuesday? Find out in the Men's Den. A broken heart could be a legitimate cause of death. True or false?
True.
Why?
Suicide.
Short and suicide.
James, do you want to help me? Probably, as a professional psychologist, do you think a broken heart could be a cause for death?
It is actually a cause. It is actually a cause. I want to send African man back to school and tell him to read on a syndrome called broken heart syndrome. I will not explain that syndrome. I've given you the cue.
No, my friend, I don't know what is happening. Let's ask. You asked me a question, eh? I said yes. And now you're telling me yes, and you're telling me to school. Did you say no? I'm not in English. You think this gets here?
Well, let's do this. Let's do this.
No.
In all fairness.
So happiness ni nini? Happiness ni furaha kwa vitu ndogo ndogo kama kupata avocado kubwa na mbegu ndogo. Happiness sio stress ya maziwa, sukari na majani. Happiness ni kuteka breakfast, ngoje maziwa na asali za kule Kanani. Si kama Nescafe, si pia Sajani 3 in 1. Happiness ni nini? Happiness ni furaha kwa vitu ndogo ndogo kama kupata avocado kubwa na mbegu ndogo. Happiness ni kusmile kwa jam ukicheza Candy Crush, Tropico 2 5 bob gawa pia msupako kiti next moja. Hata kama si your sweetheart, anaweza kuwa ya crush. Kwani happiness ni nini? Happiness ni furaha kwa vitu ndogo ndogo kama kupata avocado kubwa na mbegu ndogo. Happiness ni kupata socks zako 2 pamoja. Happiness ni kuvaa mtumba mpya, shati njumu na doja. Happiness ni ile kahawa ya 10 bob unaongeza ndimu na kunywa ukismile kisoja. Happiness ni a simple date na crush Uhuru Park mkikula ngumu na soda. Okay, hamtakaa kama zile couples za Java, but at least mtakuwa na kastarehe fulani ka Adamu na Hawa. Happiness ni nini? Happiness ni furaha kwa vitu ndogo ndogo kama kupata avocado kubwa na mbegu ndogo. Happiness sio stress na depression ukiwaza kama kwa hii maisha utatoboa.
Indeed, happiness is supposed to be that simple, and that's like a very interesting piece. You can always get back to YouTube and find the rest of that spoken word from Sycam, the storyteller. We are back, and this is Against All Odds. My guest tonight, OMG, quite a story, Josephine Wambui, and she tells me, Eli, baada ya kupata kwamba mimi nimekuwa second wife or others, I just noticed I went pregnant and boom, bombshell.
Yes. I don't
That's
even
where
think
baby number 3 is coming.
Baby number 3 is on the way. And at this point, I don't even think I'm a second wife. I don't even know my position at that point. And at the same time, COVID hits the country. So I am having situations or tragedies, just double trouble, left, right, center. Things are just not going right with me. So when COVID hits the country, of course you expect he's now acting actually like someone else's husband, because now he doesn't frequent at your place. You realize calls there are times when they're not picked. And then now, of course, what do you expect with COVID? He definitely has to stick at his home. So earlier, I went through a very rough time. And I told him about the pregnancy. And he was like, as usual, he was like, I'm ready to raise my child. That's one thing I always appreciate about him. He will always be like, yo.
Yeye akituma matokeo ikikuja anapokea.
Anapokea, anakubali. But the worst was still yet to come, because good thing is, I have to say, I always say give credit where it should be given. He tried, at least he would walk with me, check out on me a few times here and there. He would accompany me to the clinic, which is, for me, really means a lot. And I would really feel encouraged about that. And he would talk about his child, and he would tell me he's going to take care of all his children. But one thing that I never came in terms is why? Why would you just from out of the blues come back to my life? Because I never looked for him. Remember when I told you in the last episode, I never even knew anything about him or where he lived. Then you come and be this man that I really wanted in my life, only for you to hide the truth from me and then make me walk around looking like a fool. Because I felt like a fool so many times. And mind you, I almost went through depression, Eli. Trust me. Mental health is real. I would get into a matatu, I'm going to work, and I would just sit down and I would just start crying. I look outside, I'll start crying out of nowhere. Thank God for the mask, and then I would do specs. So I have specs on me, and then I have a mask. But I am crying like a small child. But when I get to the office, I am on top of the moon. I'm happy. I'm like, hi, people, what? And people would be like, oh, yo, I just feel when you show up, life, the rooms just lightens up. But no one knew the darkness that was in my heart. Then when I go back home, I'll just go lock up myself. I would never get out of the bedroom. My children would be like, Mommy, why don't you ever come to the sitting room? But imagine all this time, I would be so much messed up at times. That times I would maybe, I just wake up. I don't want to leave the bedroom. I am in a mess. My children will come. Maybe I'll shout at them. I don't want anything to do with them. But Ellie, let me surprise you. God gave me these children like a pillar in my life. And I remember at times when I'm getting in the bedroom, I would get notes on the floor. My daughter, Jasmine Maira, oh my God, I don't know what I would do without that child. She would just write notes. She'd be like, you're the best mom in the world. You're the most beautiful mom in the world. At this time, she's telling me I'm the most beautiful mom in the world. I am a wreck. I cannot even face myself on the mirror. And I remember I would read those notes and I would cry and I would wonder, why would God entrust such adorable children to a mom who keeps disappointing them, you know? And whoa, it was a rough moment for me. And then the good thing is that when COVID hit, our CEO where I was working gave a break for the expectant women because we're prone to this virus. And at that point, when I came home, I was able now, I decided, let me just go to up country because no school was online. So let me just go up country. At least there I am at peace. I'm able even to, just have my moment. And when I went there, at least it really worked out well for me. Then later I came back. So just moving forward, when the time came for me to go and deliver, I think it was like a month to go. I remember the guy went MIA on me. He just disappeared. Yes. I realized, wow, I think now I'm on this alone. This is a person who's been telling me he's here with me. We are fighting this together. But then I realized, no, I'm fighting this alone. I realized I'm on the battle alone. So I decided to accept the truth. And I was really drowning. Earlier, when I talk about, I was drowning in a lot of stress and frustration, and I am pregnant at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at one point, I was so broken, and I spoke to my sister, and she sent me a scripture. She told me to read Isaiah 54. Isaiah 54 talks to when God was talking to Israelites, and he was referring to them as a widow. And he told them, I had left you for a while, but now I am back. And he speaks to them like a woman who has, he says you're a childless woman, but you're going to rejoice more than a woman who has children. And even says you have been mourning, like you had a husband and the husband has left you. And my God, this scripture was just speaking to me. And he says, from today, I am your husband. I am the Holy One of Israel, the great I am. And Eli, I took that word and I decided this is going to be my word. I am going to run away with it. And the following morning, I woke up and I decided, you know what? I am done with crying. I am done with hating myself. I am done with the regrets. And I'm just going to put on another face and start healing. I started healing. And my sister really took me through the process of healing. Masi Nyambura, I'll always respect you for that. And also my mom would call me every now and then, my dad, they were always encouraging me. And for some time I had felt like I'm just a nothing, like a nobody. I started feeling someone. I started seeing the beauty in me. I would even now start dressing up. I am pregnant, but I'm dressing up. I'm doing some makeup on myself. I go to work, I'm happy. And for real, the happiness was coming from deep inside. And this time now the guy is totally MIA. So eventually when time came for me to deliver, my sister helped me through. We went, got the hospital. I caught my child. Everything, we did not suffer a single thing. We did not lack. And the baby came and we were all so happy. And she was such a beautiful child. And I started raising my child. Not all this time, the guy is MIA. He had never asked whether the child came. He doesn't even know whether he gave birth, doesn't know the name. So I decided,
Doesn't ask for photos. We have these kind of daddies like ourselves that ask for photos.
Now,
How will he
even ask for photos? How will he ask for photos? He never asked whether the child was born in the first place. So nothing. He doesn't even communicate with me. It was zero. But I was very strong, by the way. I decided to focus on my life and my children. I decided to look for happiness in me and my children. And it really worked. So moving forward, I went back to work and I was now focused to work and building myself. And now this is when I started now finding myself. I started realizing that there's more in me, not just an employee. I realized I can I can do so many things. I have so many skills. I love cooking. And even my daughter loves cooking. You can even like check on my timeline. You'll see her videos. She will do she'll do salad, she'll do sandwich, and she'll tell me, Mom, I want you to make a YouTube channel for me. So I'd record her, and she would get so excited, and they'll share that. So that would really lighten our moments in the house. So I started cooking a few things, and then I would go with them to work. And I would sell. If it's breakfast, I would do like samosas, I would do like, mandazis, I would do chapatis, I would do ngwashe ndoma. Man, and I would be so happy interacting with people. I forgot about whatever I had gone through just because I decided to look for the purpose in my life. There's also another person I would really,
There's as we look for the purpose of life and people that you want to appreciate, for all of you that are joining us tonight, this is a story and amazing stories that we tell here on Art in Art every single Sunday on Against All Odds is the program. So be sure to join and follow the conversations and subscribe to the link, which is Art in Art on Facebook and on YouTube. Of course, my guest has amazing stories, and she is equally a musician, an artist in her own rights. So follow as we follow and we get to learn more. But before we get to know ni nini ingine ilifanyika, let's take a very quick break.
Kungoja Bwana kuliko walinzi wangojavyo asubuhi. Nafsi yangu ya kungoja Bwana kuliko walinzi wangojavyo asubuhi. Naam, kuliko walinzi wangojavyo asubuhi, nafsi yangu ya kungoja. Naam, kuliko walinzi wangojavyo asubuhi, nafsi yangu ya kungoja. Na kungoja, oh. Nafsi yangu ya kungoja Bwana kuliko walinzi wangojavyo asubuhi. Nafsi yangu ya kungoja wangojavyo, nafsi yangu.
And welcome back. I hope you are having a great evening with us right here on Arts in Heart. Remember, the handle is the Arts in Heart on Facebook and YouTube, the Arts in Heart official. We are on the final part of Josephine Wambui's story, who tells me hata baada of the number 3 kid, Jama was not going to stay. Josephine Wambui. Yes, Josephine. Sasa sisi ndio hao. Who else did you want to thank after? Because apparently this is a Thanksgiving evening.
Yes, I would not be doing myself justice without mentioning a lady who has been a very important person in my life. Nice one, Jerry, aka Shiro Auntie Boss. Most of her know her from the program Auntie Boss. Shiro is one of the greatest friends I have had in my life. I met her when I used to be an actress, still I am. There was a Kikuyu show, Mission Dogo, we used to do in Oro. And we clicked and we became very close friends, and we would share a lot of things in our marriages. So she continued encouraging me. This girl would literally take care of me like I'm her very own daughter. She would just call me, ask me, "Are you okay?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she'd tell me, "No, I can hear from your voice you're not okay." And out of the blue, she'd just send me like 5,000 shillings. She just, or even just checking on me. She'd just show up with shopping. My God, she would really take care of me. And she would keep encouraging me, even despite of her having so many responsibilities on her plate. She had lost her mom. She was taking care of her brother. She has a daughter. She had her marriage to deal with. But despite of all that, she still carried me like, her very own. So because of that, I never forget her. And I really thank her for that. So like I was saying, all this time, I chose to laugh more. I would laugh myself, just find joy in every little thing that I was doing. Along the way, however, like I said, I like being honest. As the guy was out of the picture, he still maintained with supporting the children in one way or another. And he still does that to now. And I said I would not sit here and lie to the world that he does not do that. He still does that. He tries his best, and I really respect him for that.
Josephine,
So,
are you trying to there's something you're saying that you're not saying? Oh, napenda huyu jamaa. Sema ukweli tu. Just say the truth.
the truth is, Ellie, the truth is,
Yes.
I love him as a brother of mine in Christ. Like I will not say I hate him. He's the father of my children. But I think I've gotten to where romantically, or I don't know what I would say.
The
It
romance
totally,
died like a candle in the wind.
that one was hit. Iligongwa, ikacrash, ikaisha. But like I say, I still respect this man. He's married. If there's something I do, by the way, the reason why I chose to also not pursue, because there's so many people out there who told me, "You were the first wife. Why didn't you fight for your marriage?" But I told them, this guy decided he saw someone else. There's something he saw in that lady, which I was not giving him. So who am I to go and start fighting that? Besides, I had left in the first place, okay? So I really respect that. I decided I will not fight, end up being frustrated with a lot of bitterness. I am sure I probably have won somehow. I would still be in the picture because I have 3 of his kids. And so I decided, no, I will respect. I don't want this lady to go through whatever I went through. Like
So
I'm now
you don't call his phone at 3 a.m. in the morning trying to tell him mtoto anataka kuongea na wewe.
Trust me, I do not do that. Trust me, I don't do that. Even when my kids want to talk to him, they pick the phone, they call him. I don't even call him and tell him your kids want. No. They even have conversation I don't even know. They will have plans I don't know. And I'm happy about that,
It's interesting, Josephine. And why I'm asking is because with things that are keeping changing every single day, you find parents that have had children together in their previous marriages or relationship, they tend to fight over custody, fight over who has right over what, and then the children end up suffering. As a parent and as an individual that has been through that stage of life, in 1 minute, what advice would you give these people?
One advice I would give them is that they need to know that children suffer most whenever parents break. And the moment you understand that, you want to eliminate any kind of drama that is going to stress this child. And what happens, whatever is happening at this moment reflects in the lives of these children in the later years, okay? This child will have that bitterness that my parents broke up, and they kind of feel like they were the reason why. So they start asking themselves, am I not worth it? Why were they fighting? Why did my daddy leave us? All those questions. So the last thing I want my daughters to do, because I really love those children, I adore them. My God, I would give my life for them. So the last thing I want to do is that in future, my children are living a life of bitterness. Because why? Mommy and daddy fought, they separated. Mommy put us away from daddy. We never heard from him. I really want to avoid those guys. I really want to avoid putting my emotions, my feelings. These are my mistakes. It's not Jasmine or Jess or Giada who did these things. It is me who did these mistakes. So why would they suffer for that? So I always feel so sad for parents who don't see that you put your dramas in front. How about you put your dramas aside, focus on your children? Early to date, the father of my children comes to my house. He will walk in, I will say, hi, how are you?
Watch out for baby number 4.
I know baby number 4 cannot happen. He's now taken. He's totally taken, and I respect that and totally
Well,
nothing.
there's a common saying that is called Canairo, but this is not the place and time
And
to mention about it. You come to the men's den, and the girls talk. Then we will be able to discuss about Canairo. But for now, I realized something about the 4 J's. Why the 4 J's? Josephine, Jaira, Mam, all those names.
it's Josephine, Jasmine, Jess, and Giada. I mean, I love the J.
You are the one deciding. You are the one deciding on the names, right?
Yeah, I was the one deciding on the names.
Now I know why. Now I know why. Did you consult? Because probably wanted you to name the mother. But anyway, story for another day.
No,
Jasmine. And I mean, Jasmine's mom, and Josephine is the correct name. You are a business lady in your own rights. Tell me something about your transition from formal employment into the what we'll call the Juakali industry, and how has this been for you?
Yes. Okay, definitely. I decided to make that decision because I realized I am a dreamer. I'm one person who I chase after what my passion is. And really, I felt like in my employment, I was feeling a little bit enclosed. I'm not able to exercise or to explore the abilities that I have. I am one person who is multi-talented. I'll not lie to you about that. And I felt, well, at the workplace, I'm not able to bring out that. However, I always thank God for that opportunity of being in the corporate world, because in fact, I was in a customer service department. I dealt with customers' complaints. I dealt with so many things, and it opened my mind up. And it's like it prepared me for my business, so that now it got to a point I felt, I think if it's not now, it is now. I only had to, I told myself I have 2 options: to leave employment and start my own business, or option number 2, refer to option number 1. Those were the only options I had. And so that is exactly what I did, Ellie. And I will not lie to you. I had not, I used to tell myself I'll really save up before I leave work, so that by the time I'm leaving work, I have it all figured out. Ellie, no. The moment my heart told me, Josie, leave, trust me, I had 0 savings. I decided I'll use my hands. You know what God told Moses? Look at your hands. What do you have? That is what I'm sending you to Egypt to go and get my children from there. And that is what I told myself. I told God, I'm going to look at all these talents you've given me. I'm not going to look at my savings right now. I am going to look at my talents. And that is what I am running away with. So I went and I told my boss, I really had a wonderful boss. My God, that woman believed in me in so many ways. And when I told her that, of course, she was really shocked, and she was like, Josephine, no, you can't do this. You have children. She knew my story. And she told me, she really asked me so many questions to really see whether I'm prepared for this. And when she listened to me, she was like, girl, you have my blessing. You go do you. And so moving from formal employment, you have this salary at the end of the month. It's coming up. You're looking good. Your people seeing you looking all sharp, smart, and getting to a world where it's now, it's during COVID season, so everything is really on the down low. And I decided I'm going to dare to dream, and that's what I'm going to. So I decided to invest in fast food. I have a fast food joint in Kahawa West at Mokoyo Road, where we do fries, we do bajias, I still do samosas, I do mandazis, I do tea. I still want to incorporate more things. With time, I'll be doing sandwiches, I do cinnamon rolls, I do all these things. I want to give my clients the best foodie experience they've ever had. And trust me, every morning when I wake up knowing that I'm going to do what I love doing, I feel so motivated. However, it is not easy. Trust me, it is so hard. At times, I even wonder, did I make a mistake doing this? But then when I remind myself the main reason why, I see my goal. And so I have to work towards that goal. I have children. I want to build independent women. I want women who will be able to make decisions in their life. Women who will not be living like, how will the society see me? No, I want women who will be, live their legacy. I want to live my legacy, by the way. I want to leave an empire for my children. I want when my children, when they're done with school, they'll be able to make a decision. Do I want to get into employment, or do I want to continue with my mom's business, or even do my own business? I want to give them that. That is why I really enjoy the freedom of making the right decisions and putting my foot in it and doing it. Like I said, it's not easy. Business has not been easy, but I keep believing in it. Every day I wake up and there's a book that has really helped me. It's called The Secret. I really do declaration. I believe in whatever I attract. So I make sure my mind is clean, my mind is full of positivity, so that is what I'm attracting towards me. So I wake up, I tell myself I'm a great businesswoman, I'm a great mom, I am, and I've taught my children the same thing. When they wake up before they go to school, I tell them, I need you. They make the declaration. When someone wakes up like this, after you're telling me, good morning, mom, you start saying, I am a good girl. I am going to obey my teacher today. That is what we do, by the way, in the house. Yes, I have learned that is the secret of life. So yes, that is where I am right now. The transition was quite interesting because I dived in with, just a step in faith. It wasn't really easy. Like I told you, I had zero savings, by the way, just the salary that I left the place of work with. But I really have to say I enjoy it a lot. Moving forward, I felt like I would really want to encourage someone out there. Ladies, or are you a man, a lady, a young person who is struggling and feeling like you're going through the worst in your life? Let me tell you, one day I cursed the moment I was born. Yes, I remember there's a day I cursed the day I was so bitter. Why was I born? Who thought of giving birth to me? Why? But with time, I realized my purpose. And then I realized as long as you're breathing every minute, there is an assignment that you have not accomplished. And I wondered, how will my story be read? On Friday, I lost a cousin of mine, a very close cousin of mine, in the morning. And even last show, as I was doing it, that is the day I had received the news that she passed on. And trust me, it has been a very tough moment for us, the family, and especially the parents, the brother, and oh Lord, it's been really tough. But when the story was being read, that's when I realized how every day you're writing your story, how this girl was so bubbly, she loved people and all that. And then I told myself, that is the same thing I want with myself. I want my story to be written, that I lived a life of purpose. I don't want to die old. I don't want to die young. I don't want to die what. I want to die fulfilled. That is my mission in life.
We all want to do something, but the most important one is to live a fulfilled life. From the wordings of Josephine Wambui, I hope this story has been of great encouragement to everyone that has watched and followed through. In case you missed out, you missed big. But guess what? You can always find this. Just head on back to our page, subscribe, follow, like, and turn on that notification bell. Josephine, how can we get to listen to your music? Which channel, and how can we subscribe to your channels? Go ahead. This is your moment of advertisement.
Yes. So just go to YouTube and type Josephine Wambui. You'll find several of them, but you can tell by the photo. I have a song called Wimbo. I did a Christmas carol called Holy Night with one great rapper, Phila B. And then I have another one, God I Need You. I also did it with Phila B. So you'll be able to be encouraged, watch that, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and remember to turn on the bell so that whenever I do a new song, very soon we're working on another wonderful song. You're going to be enjoying my music. On Twitter, you can find me at Wambui, what is it called? At Wambui_boom. Then on Instagram, it's at Miss_boom, it's b.o.o.m. Remember that, ms_b.o.o.m, like that. And then on Facebook, I'm Josephine Wambui. Once you search Josephine Wambui on Facebook, you'll be able to find me. Also, I do have a Facebook page and an Instagram page for my business, which is Boom's Kitchen. Boom's Kitchen, you can check Boom's Kitchen on Facebook. You'll be able to see what I do. You make orders, I do deliveries. I have shared my number. Also on Instagram, you'll find Boom's Kitchen, and you can drop your order, and then you'll be so happy. We'll be so happy to interact and me share with you what I do. So you can also reach out on me. There are people who inbox me, they're going through stuff. I mean, I'm always out there. I'm an open book. I have shared my story. You do not have a reason to give up in life. You cannot afford to give. The life is beautiful. So talk to me, or reach out to someone. At least do not ever feel discouraged. Okay, I am always here. I always listen, and I always give I will listen to the stories, and I will always give a genuine advice to anyone who comes to me.
Thank you so much, Ms. Boom, for coming, and your story is an amazing one. I do hope when I come to Kahawa West, actually, I'll get to get those cinnamon rolls that you mentioned, because me and food are friends. The only difference we have is some people take away, others sell it to the neighbors. Have a great evening. My name is Lekuyani Eli, and definitely we'll see you again another time. Get to enjoy, and be sure to join us every single Tuesday in the Men's Den. And of course, Josephine, see you again next time. This is how we do it here, and have a lovely week ahead. God bless you, and be good.
Mataifa yote